Go.
Hey everyone, welcome to our Monday night United Forces team Zoom training call. And I'm very excited. Rachel and I are going to be your hosts this evening. And I'm going to start off with a little bit of housekeeping. And I wanted to kind of just walk through the events that we have coming up and the fact that this is the second week of the whole body challenge. And so this is the week where you're going to submit your photos. Most of us have received an email. If you didn't, you should have, that told you that it's time. And they do want you to submit the photos on the same day that you did last week as a general rule. Now they're going to understand if you can't, but for the most part, if you can, take your pictures on the day that you did the week before using that word, and you have all the way through Saturday to upload your pictures for this week. So like I had submitted my pictures Tuesday, but I had taken them on Monday. So I took my pictures today and I uploaded them. It was a breeze. It was easy, quick, no problems. I got an email right away. So they're making headway. Soon we'll have a dashboard and hopefully we'll be able to see all of our photos. But just go ahead and make sure you get that done so that you stay participating. Also, make sure you check your auto ships. Make sure that you're very clear when you need to order your next 30-day kit. Be sure that you're checking if you did the BOGO, that you're clear. You don't want to ever be disqualified for that. So just make sure that you're checking that and set your auto ship up accordingly. Next, the events coming up. We've got some great events coming up with corporate coming out and with some of our life coaches, ambassadors, and diamond ambassadors. And the first one we have coming up is in Chicago on March 2nd. So if you have anybody in that area, we've got a team that's going to be there, and they will take care of your people. Even though you're not going to fly out there if you don't live anywhere close, you can still send people there. Let us know who they are, and we'll make sure that they get handled. On March 7th, we have Charlotte, North Carolina. It's North Carolina, right, Rachel?
Yes.
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's going to be a great one. Jen Jobson will be at that one. And if you have people, please send them there. And then I'm mostly excited about the April 3rd event, since it's right here downtown, not only like 5 minutes from my house, at the brand new Marriott. It's called the Ben. It's going to be spectacular. It's a beautiful hotel right on the waterfront. And we're going to be one of the first groups that gets in there. We're doing a big event. Alexi's coming in for that one. It's a Friday night. It's going to be fabulous. And the tickets are on sale, and those are also listed. I think, Rachel, did you put the link up in your group?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so the links are up in the groups, and if you have any questions, and obviously if you're from out of town and you bring people, invite people to come, you should come, but if you don't come, invite people, let us know who they are, and we will take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted you to know, use these events because they're in between the regional and the national convention. Decide which one that you want to attend and use them to build people and prospects to attend so that we get more people exposed to the opportunity. I promise you, if they go and they hear these people from corporate, we've got Stoney going, Steve Perkins, a variety of different people are coming to each event, they will be impressed by that. Oh, and I did want to say, Thursday night this week, there is an event also in Lighthouse Point, Florida, which is Broward County. So if anybody's down here in the Fort Lauderdale area, Thursday night is an event as well with Kelly, Duncan Smith, Pat Smith, and Rick Cruz are going to be at that one. So if you need information on that, we'll give you that as well. So that's what I wanted to start there. Also, our Cycle Club posts have gone up again. Remember that in each group to pick the post that is dated the week and put your cycles on that post. And remember, if you're a really good customer and you want to participate, well, you probably aren't on here, but if you have good customers and they're in your group, invite them to just place an emoji. So don't be afraid to post a 0 because that's our team commissions. That takes time to build and grow. And you want to be able to look and see it's 0 this week. It'll be a 1 next week. And you tend to go in sort of waves. It could be 0, 1, 2, 4 one week, and then it could go back down to 1. Then it goes back up to 5. But as you continue to enroll, those numbers will steadily increase for you over time. Okay, that's what I wanted to start off with, a little bit of housekeeping. I'm going to turn it over to Rachel now.
All right. Now, did you mention the Oklahoma? There's an Oklahoma meeting as well.
I didn't, so tell me when that one is.
I posted that. I think I just posted it on Fred's thread because I knew Travis he just moved to Oklahoma. So if any of you know anybody from that area, I'll make sure that I post that and share that with you, Jackie, as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Posting it, but I just saw it today.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Exciting. Okay. Also, real quick before we get started on our quick 10-minute training, I just wanted to let you guys know, when you enroll somebody, make sure that you touch base with them about 3 days after you enroll them and guide them as to how to log in. Make sure their website is working and show them where they can check and see their tracking number and make sure their tracking number is there. I just found out that one of my new distributors, she signed up her husband as a customer. He received his products, but she didn't receive her challenge products. I didn't check on her. I should have checked on her. So just FYI, check on your people. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. Computer is acting wacky. I think maybe because I have not shut it down in a while. Okay, can you see my Facebook, you guys? Okay, good. All right, can you see the action form? Okay, so for those of you that are in it to win it, you probably saw this last week. Tammy kind of went through it. What we want to do, we're going to start really structuring this Monday night Zoom. It's only half an hour. It's right before our corporate training call. This is a Zoom. The next one is a phone call. For those of you who are new, I know it can be a little bit confusing. So just make sure you always put it on your calendar because it's each and every week. We're always going to lead with some announcements, whatever is going on for the week, to kind of keep you in the loop because we have a lot of new things that are being rolled out. So we want to make sure that everybody is aware of those. Then we're going to do a 10-minute training, and then we're going to kind of finish with a little motivation and a little action step for the week. Okay, so it's always going to be the same, but the training piece in the middle is going to be different. Of course, the announcements will be a little bit different. Okay, what we want you to do every single week, we want you, and we're going to ask you to hold it up, okay, on Zoom because we can see you. We want you to print this out. Okay, this should be printed out. It's already, we're in the middle of the first week. What date is it? Yes, we are almost in the second week of February already, you guys. Boy, time flies. We want to print this out at the beginning of every single month, okay? And then you want to use it to track your business, fill it out, okay? Because if you are just literally of course you need your daily method of operation, which is in the bottom right-hand corner. We're going to go through this in a minute, so I'm going to walk you through how to fill it out, what it means. This sheet is actually geared towards the whole compensation plan. If you follow this sheet and you use it to track your business, you're not just going to be throwing a bunch of mud up against the wall, but you're actually going to be very specific with your intentions. Your daily method of operation is geared towards these boxes, okay? And if you work your business according to your daily method of operation with intention to fill out these boxes, you're going to be amazed at how your business will grow. Okay, if you don't use any kind of tracking system and you just, call people and keep your fingers crossed and do a little bit of follow-up, your business may grow, but it's not going to grow as fast and exponentially as it can if you're using this tracking sheet, okay? So I want everybody, that's part of your homework tonight, is that you're going to print out the sheet, okay? And you're going to keep it with you at all times. And every Monday night when you hop onto this Zoom, you're going to have it in front of you, hopefully filled out. So backtrack and fill out the week before and then start working on this week, but we're going to ask you to hold it up, okay? We just want you to get into really good business habits so that you can really start growing your business. Okay, so let's go through the first box. So as you can see, it's got 5 weeks. February's not going to have 5 weeks, but some months do, some months don't. But week 1, your goal is, the very first box is personally enrolled customers. Our goal every single week is to enroll 2 customers, 2 distributors. Are you always going to do it? No, but your intention is clear. That's your goal. The chances are going to be higher of you doing it if you actually have a specific goal. Even write it down and put it on sticky notes. I've got it right in front of me. Enroll 2 customers, 2 distributors, okay, every single week. And as you do, you're going to write their names down in this column. Okay. If you've called on to, of course, you're also going to have your notebook or your, whatever you write your names in. Okay. And you're going to be crossing them off and putting dates on them. And then I like to flip it over. So if I have to follow up with somebody, I'll write their names on the back of the sheet if I didn't close them this week, because I'm going to try to close them next week if I didn't close them this week. So week 1, your goal is to put 2 names. Okay. And then in box number 2, your goal is to put 2 names as well for distributors. Okay. If you don't enroll anybody in week 2, put a dash. Okay. And all the people that you reached out to, put on the back of the sheet, because you're going to reach out to them. You're going to follow up with them next week. Okay. And if you have 1 name, put 1 name on there. And then of course, you're going to fill out each and every week. So the goal is 2 and 2. Okay. And then of course your cycle growth. Okay. Cycle growth is really, that's your team commissions. That is your long-term residual income. And that's why we do our cycle post every single week. We're trying to create excitement around the right activities to build your business. Okay. And like Jackie said, maybe this week you're going to have 0 cycles. So go back into your paychecks so that you can fill out week number 1 with how many cycles you finished at. Okay. So our week goes from Friday midnight to Friday midnight Eastern time zone. Okay. And you're going to, when you open up your check, once it's finalized on Saturday or Sunday, then you can actually open up your team commissions. You can see exactly how many cycles you have. Okay. And that's how you're going to fill out your box. Okay. So maybe this week you'll have 1, maybe next week you'll have 0. Maybe the week after that, you'll have a really high week because a lot of auto ships are running. Maybe you'll have 3, maybe week 4, you'll have 0. Okay. But it's really interesting that what happens is if you consistently work every single week, your week 1s might be really strong. Your week 2s every month might be really kind of weak. Your week 3s might be medium. And then the next month happens. And then of course you're working hard on week 1, but week 2, you want to step it into gear so that you have a activity where the weeks are weak. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You want to try to get all of your weeks high, because in the beginning, when you start your business, it kind of goes like this. And then you have auto ships from the previous month compiled onto new activity in that week. Okay. And then the next week you have auto ships that run that specific week on those dates. And then you have the activity that you're doing on that week that you and your team are doing. Okay. And so you just really want to watch those numbers, and there's no better way. And I would write them down on this sheet. Not only how many cycles you finished at, but what was your weekly volume on your left side and your right side, not including the rollover. What was your true weekly volume, so that you can see each week to week how it's growing and how it's tracking. Okay. And where you need to put more effort, where you need to make more phone calls, where you need to connect better with your team, where you need to encourage more 3-way calls. Okay. On the weeks that are weaker. Okay. And then of course you have your title maintenance or your personally rank advancements. Okay. So let's say you're an associate. You're not quite a promoter. Your goal is to get to promoter as fast as you can. If you get a new person enrolled, your goal is to help them get to promoter as fast as you can. That's 1 on the left and 1 on your right. Distributors, not customers. Okay. And then every single week we are going to pretend like we're brand spanking new, and we're going to go promoter again. And I'm going to go find myself 2 customers, because guess what? That's in box number 2 as well. So I'm going to try to get, if I'm a promoter now, officially, I'm going to try to get to our team rank, which is called elite. Okay. We created this team rank until corporate does something like that, because we feel like there's a pretty big gap, right? So we want to recognize you all over Facebook. We want to, send you a nice card in the mail, maybe a little gift card, something special for you going elite. Elite is halfway between promoter and coordinator. So promoter, it's not volume-based, it's just structure-based. So it's 1 on the left and 1 on the right, okay? The next step, coordinator, is 2 on the left and 2 on the right, okay? But it's 5,000 in volume over a 5-week roll, which is about 1,000 a week, okay? So in between that is 2,500 on each side, okay? So you wanna watch your QV for qualifying, okay, over a 5-week roll, and you're gonna try to get in your green boxes, which are on the bottom left corner, you'll see the 5-week roll left, 5-week roll right. Those need to be at 2,500, and then we recognize you as elite, because that means you're halfway to coordinator. Okay, and then the next step, of course, you go, okay, I'm already elite. What am I trying to get to next? Your next best move is coordinator. Okay, so always know what your next best move is, working through the boxes and knowing where your next target is, okay? Then the next one is box number 5 is reaching down to your team. Too often, especially when you have a couple of people on your team, we do the percentages wrong. We work 80% of our time with our team, 20% of our time on our own personal business. We want you to flip-flop that, okay? I don't care what rank you are, even if you're a diamond, you should be working 80% of your time on your personal business, 20% of your time with your team, and encouraging them to do the same thing, because new blood is the lifeblood of the business. If you're not enrolling new people, you're not growing your business. Okay, so really focus on that. And then also the 20% of your time, find out who's hungry on your team and reach down, encourage them, help them, offer to help them do calls with people, okay? And really focus on edifying them on Facebook, whatever you need to do, okay? But lock arms with 1 or 2 people on your team and spend 20% of your time with them, okay? And then of course, daily method of operation, we talk about this all the time. I'm gonna do a little action step, Jackie, and then I'm gonna pass it back to you. But I would like for you to get an index card, a big one, okay? And I want you to create your brand new daily method of operation. The daily method of operation does not need to change weekly, okay? The activities of your daily method of operation, and this is your outline down here in the bottom right corner, okay? The only thing that changes with your daily method of operation is if I put the number 3 in the first one, meaning how many people am I gonna reach out to a day, and I do that for a week straight, and I find that I have a lot of extra time on my hands that I could be dedicating to building my business, then next week, I might increase that to 5, okay? And I don't wanna start at 25, because what happens is if I start at 25 and then I do how many getonthegel.com videos am I gonna sell, send 25, and then I set up 10 3-way phone calls, I'm gonna do too much, and the overwhelmed mind shuts down and does nothing. Okay, so know yourself, start low, create consistency with your daily method of operation, and then start increasing those numbers as you get consistent, okay, and comfortable with what you're doing. Does that make sense? Okay, so make sure that you print it out, make sure that you get your index card, and make sure you do your daily method of operation. And I encourage you, after you write it out and you put exactly how many of each that you're gonna send out, make sure that you take a snapshot of it and share it on our Facebook groups so that we can see what it is, okay? So that's my part of the homework, and Jackie has some homework for you too.
Okay, so I wanted everyone to know, do you want to unshare, Rach?
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I wanted everyone to know that I had a Zoom with corporate this weekend, and there's a lot of really great things that are happening. And I want you all to just understand. I can't go into specifics, but there's incredible things that are happening behind the scenes. So you get to be very excited about where you are right now, currently. And if you look at the weekly recognition that just went up in the New You News or the New You Life corporate page, it is filled with the Asian Americans that are on our team that are joining. Every name is an Asian American name. And you could either be disappointed at that or you could be excited about it. And I want you to be excited about it. And here's the reason why. Because they're so excited about what they're building that they are duplicating like wildfire. And I say this to myself too, duplicating the way I duplicated with the first 2 to 3 weeks of my business. It's exciting to see them. It's you can't believe it. You just keep looking at it and they just keep promoting and promoting and promoting. And it's because they're sharing with every single person that they know, and they're walking with such passion and posture that everyone is joining them. And so use it as inspiration, because they're having their moment right now, the way we did in the very beginning, and we can recreate that moment again. It takes activity and it takes duplication. And the NUIA form that Rachel just went over will help you gauge if you have enough activity going. Because between that and the way that I teach the daily morning method of operation, if you're looking at your numbers and you're seeing your total binary and you're seeing how many you have on the left and how many you have on the right, you look at that every day and write that number down, and that number is not moving up, that means that you're not enrolling and your team is not enrolling. And so if that's not moving, then you get to say, I get to do something about that. I get to get my personal activity up. Just like Rachel said, 80% is your personal activity, because the only way that you will find the people that will duplicate is by enrolling more people. That's the way this business operates. It's plain and simple. You get to enroll more people and you will find the people that will duplicate. And when you enroll people, you don't have to do anything. You get to help them. You get to help them find their first 2 people in GoPromoter as fast as possible so that we can get them earning money and creating residual income and enrolling a couple of customers that give them retail commissions, making them GoPromoter by finding a couple of distributors that go right and left. The most important time is when they're new. It's when they're the most excited, but they need help. You get to help your people. So the call to action for this week is to GoPromoter again. Every single person on this call, every single person on our team gets to start with a clean slate and GoPromoter again and earn the first level of the business challenge. The business challenge is only here until the 29th of February. You want to earn all the levels in it. The first level is 1 distributor and 2 distributors, right? And two customers, 2 and 2. So if you GoPromoter, I don't know how many you've had already, but to earn that first level, you want to go 2 and 2. So set that deadline for Friday. It can be done. It's really not that difficult to do. You just get to talk to more people. So I just wanted to make a shout out to anyone who's already earned the 2 and 2. I know that the first email came out and it had just a few names on it because some people had hit on the weekend, and those names will come out in the next email that they send out. But there's no reason that everybody on both of our teams shouldn't all have their names be listed as earning at least the first level of 2 and 2. Because the reality is if you want to grow this business and create an income, you have to shoot for 2 people every single week, regardless. And you will see your business grow because you'll find the people that duplicate. So that's your challenge and your call to action. GoPromoter again and earn the first level of the business challenge. Everybody. And that's all I got to say.
All right. Well, thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everybody. And now it's time to go take a quick break and dial in on our corporate call.
Awesome.
All right. I'll get this recording up shortly, and we'll see you here next week with your action forms printed out. All right. We'll see y'all later.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.